Kia ora, this is the Church Street Church that I was talking about yesterday, but the steps end. I'm just Cathryn, I'm back with my profound thoughts. And also the challenges around my cognitive biases via the questions you've asked me that you also didn't ask for. And I do that unedited and in around about 60 seconds. Here's two thoughts of the day. One is I did, after some thorough investigative research called Google, discovered that the church, well, the old church burnt down on February the 6th, 2004, and it took many, many years for them to fundraise to put it back because they lost everything in that fire. And the second thought leads on from that. If you live in a rural community, go and volunteer. I volunteer for the Kawakoa Fire Brigade. Why? Because small communities rely on volunteers. There's no paid staff. There's no paid firefighters in our small communities. There's no paid firefighters in Kawakoa. Every single person that you see coming from a rural brigade is actually a volunteer. That means they've got other jobs, they've got families, they've got peripheral extracurricular stuff that they do during their day. Go and do it. Anywho, that's the church. Those were my thoughts. Go and be a firefighter so we can help prevent things like that from happening. It doesn't say how it burnt down. I'm not going to surmise because I'll just leave that to the theorists out there and the conspiracy theorists. I actually don't mean that in a negative way. Anywho, question. Oh. This person clearly knows me because they asked me, what does it feel like being a Maori in Europe? What does it feel like being a Maori in Europe? When I first got there, it was around the bombing or the trade towers coming down from the terrorist attack. So being brown, firstly, was quite challenging because people were so fearful for anything that was brown and outside of their usual day. So it was hard. But once you put in there, I'm from New Zealand, you suddenly became magical and mystical like Lord of the Rings and everything else that's green and white and snowing. Being a Maori in Europe felt unique, and you felt like this strange but special anomaly. I liked being a Maori in Europe once I got used to it and they got used to my coloured skin and that I was from New Zealand. As horrible that is, some people were still fearful. But yeah, we're not going to get into that discussion on why, because that's too political. I'm not about that life. Anywho, from the Church Street Church, if you like this, feed the algorithm, my friends. Feed the algorithm by subscribing. Otherwise, have a great Tuesday.